Delicious Podcast. The Brutally Delicious Podcast.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Spider with the Brutally Delicious Podcast, coming at you today with a live concert review. Over the weekend, I attended King Diamond's St. Lucifer's Hospital 1920s tour at Mahaffey Theater in St. Petersburg, Florida, with Mjolnir on keys for King Diamond and accompanied by Overkill and Night Demon as supporting acts. Overall, this is a pretty solid heavy metal show. Interesting choice of venue, being a play theater for a metal show. Maybe that had something to do with King Diamond wanting to go to places that had really good acoustics for his voice. I don't know. Still a really good show. Night Demon opened the show and just went all in. All gas, no brakes, as I've said on other podcasts. These guys came out, it started playing right away, didn't say a word in between songs, just played. Up until their very last song, they did come out and start talking a little bit to the crowd, telling them basically to get up out of your chairs. Who sits at a metal show? This is a production play theater. Everybody had to be in a seat. There was no general admission area. So that was kind of a funny little joke. They did have a demon character come out on stage during one of their later songs. That was kind of neat. A neat little addition to the show itself. These guys are just that traditional heavy metal sound, man. From the 70s and 80s, they were part of the new wave in the early 2000s to bring back that traditional heavy metal sound that, as artists, were kind of getting away from traditional heavy metal and branching into like the subgenres of metal. So it's pretty cool to hear that traditional sound again. Overkill came on second, and much like Night Demon, just mostly playing their music, very little talking, though they did interact with the crowd a little bit more. They focused on playing their music, in an 80s thrash, fast-paced style of playing. There's not really a lot I can say about them. It was just old school thrash metal, not a lot of movement from the band other than the singer kind of running around on stage. But I guess it is fairly hard to play that fast and move around on stage. Still a good show, just a good old-fashioned thrash metal. King Diamond finished the show, and as I stated earlier, Mjolnir accompanied him on keys and backing vocals. For those that don't know, Mjolnir was a solo black metal project from Danish artist Amelie Brun, so a really cool addition to King Diamond's act. But the show itself, I would just describe as a heavy metal horror show. The theatrics of the show were incredible. There was a ton of props, fantastic storytelling, just an excellent show altogether. Now, I kind of knew what to expect, but to see it in person was just something else. King Diamond has had such an influence on the metal community in general, and it's really evident in the horror punk and horror metal genres. It was just really cool to finally see this show in person, and given his age, it's probably going to be one of the last chances I get. I don't know how much longer he's going to tour or be able to even to make that same voice that he does. Even still incredible to hear at 68 years of age. This is the kind of show that I love, though. There's always something going on stage. It's not just the musicians playing. It's a true show that will leave the audience with a memory as they're leaving. These are my favorite types of shows. As for the tour itself, there's still a lot of dates left on the tour, so if it's coming by you, definitely get yourself a ticket and go. It's a great, true heavy metal show. It's definitely worth the money. As always, if you've enjoyed the listen, give the podcast a follow on social media at Brutally Delicious on all platforms, and give myself a follow at sgracious on Facebook or SpiderG300 on Instagram, and we'll catch you next time.